get right to the point here. The Metroid Prime Trilogy is one of the best trilogies in gaming. Retro Studios has made a powerhouse of a saga for our infamous bounty hunter, and each title is strong in their own right and a real joy to play. Of course, now we have to get our hands dirty. Up until now, I've talked about games I was very iffy about, and sure, I've pointed out my likes and dislikes about them, but right here is the point where I have to rank the Metroid titles that I downright adore. These are the games that I keep coming back to, and now I have to really pick them apart to find the best of the bunch. Now, though this next title is a lot better upon a recent playthrough, and I have to thank the Wii version for that, and it's in no way a bad game, I still consider Metroid Prime 2 Echoes the weakest of the trilogy. But it's not really a bad thing, it just boils down to preference. It's like when I say The Two Towers is my least favorite of the Lord of the Rings movies. It's still a good movie, it's just that I prefer the other two. In fact, let's just get to the analysis. Echoes takes place shortly after the events of its predecessor, Metroid Prime. This time, Samus is contacted to locate some missing troops of the Galactic Federation, and she comes upon the planet Aether, which is a dying planet split into two separate worlds when a phazon meteor came crashing into it. Because of this, Echoes pulls a link to the past, and you now have a light overworld and a dark overworld to explore. Oh, don't feel bad. Zelda hastily steals back this trait whether you like it or not. Now, one of the things that Echoes contains in comparison to most of the series is a feeling of desolation. The series as a whole is famous for making you feel isolated, but Echoes is a dead planet. It's very similar to Dead Space. The entirety of Aether just breathes death and decay down your neck, every corridor you're at, and to top it off, you got something much more freaky than space pirates to worry about this time. See these arachnid creatures? They are called the Ing. They're the Leechers of Light and the main enemy force of Echoes. They're quick, lethal, and they aren't shy of showing up in overwhelming numbers. But wait, there's more. These little shadow bugs are also capable of possessing troops, beasts, and anything else they can sink their feelers into. But here's the kicker. They aren't the biggest threat here. No. That's Dark Samus, a doppelganger, and pretty much this game's big bad. Now, normally I dock points for going the evil twin route, but Dark Samus is so much more than that, so I have to give credit where credit is due. When I meet Dark Samus, there's this very unnerving and enticing aura about her, and every encounter just gets me tense, and every fight my fingers get real sore. When I spot Dark Samus, my mind is filled with numerous questions. What are you? What do you want? And why do I get this feeling that we've met before? As for the fights themselves, they are definitely the highlight of this game. Each battle stacked on top of the other one, and there's no set pattern or strategy to defeat her. You just have to outrank her to emerge victorious. And for these kind of fights, that's what I'm looking for. The other bosses in this game are real spectacles as well, and I swear some of them were toned down just enough on the Wii version that I didn't end up soaring my Wiimote into the nearby pool. But though the bosses are right on par with the ones in Metroid Prime, the areas, they're another story. Alright, let me rattle off the areas from the first Metroid Prime. Talon Overworld, Magmoor Caverns, Chozo Ruins, Vendrana Drifts, and Phazon Mines. Alright, now let's do Echoes areas. Temple Grounds, Aegon Waste, Torvus Bog, and the Sanctuary Fortress. Yeah, though I'll give it props for consistency in fitting the tone, there just aren't nearly as many sights to see as there were in Talon 4. Talon 4 felt like a planet, whereas Aether feels like a husk, and this made exploration a little taxing, to be honest. You are going to want to make good friends with your map, trust me. And I'm not changing my views on Echo's backtracking. It rides that horse through the mud and beats it down 6 feet under. All throughout the game, you are to and froing, stopping and going. That's what makes Aether go round. Now, traversing through Light Aether and Dark Aether is key to making it to the end game. But let's not forget that Dark Aether's atmosphere is hazardous to Samus, so you have to frequently camp out at these beacons to restore your health. It's similar to the sitting feature from Sword of Mana. Bet you didn't expect that reference. Now this gets a little better once you obtain the dark suit and the light suit to protect yourself, and then you get the light beam and the dark beam to arm yourself. Are you seeing a pattern here? But hey, at least there's the Echo Visor, which is kinda cool, for a few minutes. Also, we must remember that Echoes is a GameCube game, and Nintendo has this hard-on for having us collect X number of MacGuffins before you can reach the final area. So lucky us, we have to collect Sky Keys before we can fight the final bosses. And once you restore Aether and complete the game, there is one more thing you can do if you haven't gotten your Metroid thirst quenched just yet. A multiplayer mode. It exists, so have fun with that. I'm not big on those features, I didn't fancy them in Hunters, I don't care for them in Call of Duty, Halo, Battlefield, Counter-Strike. Sorry, what was I saying? To sum it up, Echoes is the most demanding of the trilogy, and will punish you if you don't play by its rules. I mean, it has incredible boss fights, intense moments, and Dark Samus is badass, but you'll have to brave through quite the dose of backtracking before you can even reach those bits. But hey, if you do, you will be rewarded with a great sense of achievement because the game's very stingy in rewarding you, and will only do so if you really earn it. Now, just a fair warning when it comes to these Prime titles. They're going to take a long time to make, and I mean a long time. They are meaty, and with the scanning lore and collectibles, expect large gaps between episodes. So I'll see you guys with the next Metroid game. What will it be? Is it a Prime title? Who knows?